As great as it is. All right. Call Baron. Hey, if Baron would come on, we'd definitely have him. I know he was talking about just hanging out with his family. He has the 8 kids, so they're doing the New Year, and yes, so we'll be here till midnight. We'll be here through the 11, I guess 11 Central or 12 midnight in New York City. So, which isn't about an hour, if that's what you're asking. So we actually are going to watch the balls drop. And for those that aren't, are you ready, Kelly?
I'm ready. Let's go for it.
All right, let's bring her on.
Hi.
Oh, sorry. There we go.
I tried to bring on some decorations, but I didn't have time to put them all up. So, I might assemble them as we go along. But I tried to be festive. Happy almost New Year. Leave it to me,
So yeah, it is already 2026 in some places for sure. I believe the UK is already there too. So if you're there, happy late New Year. And for the rest of you, we'll be doing the New Year here in about an hour, it seems.
Yeah, so one of my Christmas trees, which I was so busy this year, Matt, putting on all of the Charlie Kirk work that I didn't get to put up all of my Christmas trees. I really didn't put up any of them except for my boys. And so, yeah, normally I have one that's full of these little disco ball things. So anyway, and it's really colorful.
Do you do the thing where throughout the seasons you have completely different kits of stuff that you bring out?
I could if I wanted to, but no. My big things are Halloween and Christmas when it comes to decorating. So I think I have to recover for the rest of the year because I go pretty intense from mid-August preparing for Halloween to through the end of the year.
And like the messaging was saying, this is a very laid back stream. Like there's plenty of stuff we can talk about. We have information about for those that don't know, this is actually going to be the 250th anniversary of the United States. So that's why tonight is a little bit different for New Year's, because they're going to be dropping the ball twice. It's once for the regular New Year's celebration, and then again, they're going to drop a second one that I believe is slightly different decoration or something for the 250th anniversary. So this is kind of a big deal if you think about it that way. There you go. Oh, wait. Is this your first super chat? I think this is okay. This is Kelly. So last time I said she was monetized, she is actually 100% monetized now.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Juan Antonio, you are the winner of my first ever super chat. Thank you. You have no idea how much that meant to me.
I was trying to find out. Here we go. Perfect. And as you can tell, the stream is a lot more relaxed than usual. It's not going to be super, super formal.
But you'll get to see a little more of our personality and a little more of our interaction. How when Matt and I actually are talking to each other on the phone, this is a little more about how we are.
And definitely grab a drink if you're a drinker. I don't drink alcohol, not for any specific reason. I just don't like it. So grab your water, grab your tea, coffee. If you're in the UK, grab a cuppa. If you're audio freak,
grab your ice cream if that's what you prefer. Your whatever your celebration selection of choices.
Yeah.
Have we missed any big performances so far? Because I haven't had a chance to watch any of the pre-gaming, I guess we'll say, but
I've just seen a lot of twerking.
Let us know if we've missed anything.
Yeah, there's been a lot of twerking. That's all that I've seen so far. And it wasn't even Kamala Harris. Oh, all right, let's see.
Do you remember, Matt, when we first streamed together on that Saturday night, like 3 weeks ago? Was it 3 weeks ago? Was it 2 weeks ago? I don't know. It feels like...
Oh, let me look.
You'd have to look at the calendar. Whenever Erica had her CBS town hall night, But that just reminded me because my dad, who has completely stayed out of this whole thing, and I've tried to get him involved in it, to get his opinion. He was not interested. But that night I was in town, and so he sat down and watched it. He said, "She doesn't say anything at all. She just reminds me of Kamala Harris without the cackle." So anyway, that was for what that's worth.
Let's see. Was it the Erica said what? Yeah, that's what it was. That was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. How life has changed in the last 2 weeks.
Hey, Rapunzel, Nish, Monica, Warrior, Ivan. Shots fired. Shots fired at Kamala. Let's see. Yeah, Happy New Year's, everyone. Again, if you're just coming in, just laid back, relaxed. Now, actually, if you felt, did you fill out that poll when you came in? I'm actually curious what people want to kind of cover.
Oh,
Do we want?
okay.
Yeah, because
I love this Nikki knows, the question that Nikki knows I see just pose or comment. We could I am down to do an entire stream on that. So I'm curious. I'm curious what part of that you're most interested in, but I could literally talk on that video for hours. That's one of the videos that I can tell you sincerely with my whole heart that it made me feel really, really, really icky about this entire thing. Just from talking about intuition and instincts, it bothered me a lot. Oh, you accidentally got involved. Oh my gosh, Nikki, we need to talk.
all right,
Yeah,
so
go
so
ahead.
we just did the poll. Are you proud of what America has become in its 250 years? 66% say no. That's pretty high. 34% say yes. All right, so now we're going to do a poll and see what you guys actually want to talk about on the stream until we have the balls drop. So options, let's see. We can go over the Charlie Kirk timeline kind of for the year, kind of like a recap. And then we have, obviously we could just watch this video here and kind of chat during the stream. So we have the New Year's video live coverage. And then the other thing would be actually covering some of the history of the US. Like what are the top like 50 things that have happened in the history, the 250 years that the US has been in existence. All right, go ahead and fill out that poll. Just push that out.
And while they're working on that, I'm going to say Nikki and William, I am on board with you guys, and I think we should do a whole stream dedicated to that because there's so much to unpack on that one.
Yeah, actually, while you guys are waiting, put down in the chat where you're from, where you're watching from. I've been very surprised seeing people all around the world. You can't see the poll? Do you guys see the poll? I can see that it's active.
Texas in the house.
Northern California, Sacramento, Pittsburgh, Virginia, Michigan, Oklahoma.
Nice, San Marcos. Okay.
No East Coast, huh? Tasmania. Wow. All right, chat. Can you guys actually see the poll? And actually, if that's true, actually, Kelly, if the poll is on your side,
yes,
where you're streaming, you would have to put the poll over there too.
Oh,
so I think that's maybe why some people don't see it.
I see. Okay, well, y'all don't go switch to Trigger's channel to do the poll. You can stay on mine, okay? I'll have to just see. I don't know that there's a way for me to be able to make a poll for you on my end of the thing. But
I think you would have to do it in the streaming studio through YouTube, and that's something
Okay.
we may need to plan for some other time, maybe.
Yeah, we'll work on it. Okay, guys. We're trying to figure out all the things. You just stay with me here.
All right, we're approaching 100 votes. Let's see what we have. And the winner is, what should we cover? Charlie Kirk timeline, 81%. That's higher than I expected. Charlie's Angels, thanks for the super chat. Get it, girl.
Yes. Oh, my second super chat ever.
Ohio, New Jersey, North Carolina.
Y'all are going to see a celebration every time. Maybe I should do like, woo, I don't know, something.
You need a thing. You need like a sound effect.
It's been a work in progress, okay? That way that you won't have to hear a woo every time. That might be a cringy.
All right. So if we want to do the timeline, let me get this pulled up.
Truth, I would love to chat with you more. I've seen you in the spaces and stuff, so but I haven't had a chance to hear more about your analysis. So would definitely love to learn more about it.
Let's see. Hey, Trigger Smart, you should check out the Paramount Tactical's 3D model of UVU campus to map out the trajectories of the bullet. Trajectories. There we go. I had another gentleman. His name he goes by QNFEE, QNFE on YouTube. And he actually created me a model and we showed it, did a video on it, I believe like a week or two before Paramount Tactical released his. So I actually have a separate, different working model. But obviously the version they did has more functionality. Like you can, set up multiple trajectories and shots and get the data back from it. But yeah, I pulled it and tried to run it. And the software I was using, which was Rhino 3D, I think that's what they used as well, for some reason was acting up. So I never actually got it to run. And my computer's a beast, so it's not that. Another one, Ivan is Ivan. Get it, girl, go Max.
Woo! Oh, wait, I said I wasn't going to woo anymore. Yay!
He's a narrative pusher. I assume you're talking about Gary.
Have you been on Gary's show?
Me? No.
I have.
You have. Blake has.
Yeah.
There's actually been quite a few people on there. Let's see. I'm late to the show. What's going on? This is just a laid back stream, kind of killing time, and people are having drinks and stuff, working our way up to the new year in about 44 minutes.
What better way to celebrate than people who understand each other? We are all in the thick of it.
Let's see. What do you think about the people Patriotic Housewife talked about today? Are you referring to the security team? I actually spoke to her this morning, and I was in that stream. And some of the stuff was they're just security members. I don't think they're anyone like special. They're part of the 13 people that are there. But we did see a couple interesting things. At one point, it looks like one of the guys might have a stun gun or something. So she and I still need to talk more about that and dig deeper into it. And we may actually end up doing a stream together for it. But I don't think there's anything right away that's a red alert. But we'll see. We'll see if anything comes out of it. All right, let's see. Trigger, thank you for your service. My way younger brother is a Army Ranger at Fort Bragg. Awesome. Those Rangers. My father-in-law is a Ranger as well. All right, let's see. Happy New Year, everyone. Yes. All right, so we had a few choices of what people want to actually cover while we're waiting for the balls to drop. And yes, there will be 2 balls dropping. There's one, the original ball is going to be for the regular New Year's celebration we always do. But then because it's the 250th anniversary of the United States, they are going to drop a second ball. So I don't know when the last time this happened, when they dropped 2 balls, but it's very interesting.
Hey, Matt. So I'm going to ask Ladybug if they can please share a link or something. But apparently, there was a new video that had come out about 10 hours ago that was published by, let's see, I'm trying to pull the chat back up, Utah paper.
Utah paper. Let's see.
Mm-hmm. Ladybug, if you can give us any more info on that, that would be awesome.
Was it a Utah paper, or is it actually called the Utah paper?
That I don't know.
That's what we need to know. Yeah, if there's new video footage, I'm all about that.
Thank you. I don't give a damn. Okay. Sorry, I already see it before we put you up on. I'm so excited.
Well, it's awesome, right? Because you do all this hard work, and now
Yeah.
you're actually getting paid for it.
Yes. I mean, you get to see me like, look, I'm a single mom. I didn't get any gifts on Christmas. Okay. So let me just go ahead and tell you right now, this feels like my little Christmas. I'm just going to say it. So it's like Christmas and New Year's rolled into one. Thank you guys.
So someone asked what time it is. It is 11:20 almost. So we have about 40 more minutes before we actually have the balls drop. Utah Paper YouTube channel. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me look. Utah Paper YouTube channel.
Okay, I will. I can put it in our chat, Matt. This is apparently the video from YouTube.
All right, let me pull that up here. Give me a second.
And
make sure it's stream safe.
right. And I don't know how long it is, but I think Nikki had said 11:19.
Yep, 11:19, 11:20. YouTube. Okay, checking. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I definitely have not seen this one yet.
Well, I'm dying to see it.
Well, it's 8 minutes long. Let me skip through and see if it actually is showing any blood or gore or anything. It looks like it's a bunch of different videos mixed together and a bunch of different images mixed together.
Okay, well, while you're looking, I'm going to scroll through the chat and let's see.
I think you can add. Can you click and add people to the chat? Can you actually like show it if you click on it?
I can't on my end, unfortunately.
Okay.
No, I can't.
StreamYard.
But I don't give a damn. Thank you. Seriously, I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Okay, so do we want to take a few minutes and watch this video? It's 8 minutes long, and it's called "What We Saw: The Charlie Kirk Shooting from the View of the Journalists." Now, I don't know if we watch this whole thing, it's the Salt Lake Tribune, so they could flag it and like get the stream taken down and all that stuff. So, yeah, I'm not sure if we want to.
Well, I mean, then can we like cut that part out? Like, I don't know.
I mean, we can. Here, let me do this. I think we can look at some of the stuff in it, but I don't think we can play it. So we can like click through and look at some of the images and stuff. So let's see. And obviously they're interviewing people. They've used some. So like that shot, obviously that's from up on top of the roof above the hollow flags. Yeah. Octagon say there's nothing new in the video. Let's see. Happy New Year, Matt and Kelly. Glad to see you enjoy both of the channels, particularly the lack of drama. Yes. So that's one thing I've been trying to get a hold of, like Valhalla and those guys, and just be like, what's going on? Like, I don't understand. And on X, if you're on X, it's even worse. I mean, there's people just at each other's throat, and I'm not sure. You know, I know some of the influencers are paid to do messaging and stuff like that, but I don't think that the YouTubers are necessarily. But I can't vouch for them because I don't know. AI footage, yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of shots like this. I mean, it's a bunch of people. It looks like a bunch of footage from people that were there, but maybe it's the journalists' footage. So, you know, it's like their professional cameras and stuff, because it doesn't look like cell phone footage. It's too sharp.
Goodness.
Who is that?
Oh, Phil Lyman.
Tell us about Phil.
Okay. I'll be opening myself up to, his wrath, I'm sure. But hi, Phil. So Phil was there from the very early morning, as he was quick to tell everyone. He, uh, I mean, from what we can see on camera, he was there as all of these students are greeting Charlie, like back behind, say behind stage, behind the tunnel, before Charlie ever fully enters the venue. He stands there as Charlie's throwing out the hats. He helps, I don't know, someone probably right in this little corner. Not this person, I don't think. I think it was someone else who was right behind the barricades, get a hat or something like that. So it just seemed like, he just was popping up in all of these places, but that's not all. Especially if you watch the Life is Driving video, and you guys, this is why I can talk about this stuff for hours. When you go back after the incident and you see as Adam Bartholomew kind of ventures back into, forgive me, I don't know what, I can't recall right off the top of my head what the name of that building is called, but Phil is, standing right there yet again. And he's talking to this guy, this kid. Well, ends up being like he was talking or allegedly coaching he and his a younger woman. I don't know. I would assume that she works for him because she's wearing a Phil Lyman shirt, speaking to this kid who then is inside saying, "Oh, I saw Charlie get hit in the neck." And it all comes across and plays out as very weird, very staged. This is my opinion. And Phil just seems to be there for all of it. And then, hold on, we've got a little bit more. Then Adam, continues to go around, film different things. And then he sees Phil Lyman in a different spot. And Adam says, "Hey, Phil, you know, what do you think? Charlie got shot." And he's like, "Oh." He does this weird, like half giggle. I mean, what do you think, Matt? You know what I'm talking about?
Uh-uh.
Oh man. Okay, don't tell me. I can pull it up in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Ivan just reminded me.
He laughs.
Yeah.
He laughs. I mean, I didn't want to call it a laugh, but it's like a
Well, and there's one
yeah.
interview where he says he didn't see what happened, and then the other one he says he did see what happened. He's like contradicting himself.
It's sus.
And that was early.
My
That was right
opinion,
away.
It's sus. Yes, it was immediately after. He also then, in the hours and days after, is helping to facilitate different people getting onto TV. He is, doing different interviews. He ended up jumping onto like Candace's interview and different spaces. He's come after different creators. So, but yes, and he's also running for governor. Sorry, I buried the lead there. Yep. Thank you. I'm like, I could talk about this stuff all day.
All right, let's see what else is hidden in this. So I can say, like, a lot of people are saying they haven't seen this image. I haven't seen almost any of the footage in this video. So for the people that are saying they've seen all this is all new to me.
Yeah, these are.
This is journalist footage. So
Yeah,
yeah.
This is not from. I can tell you.
It's not in the archive. It's not in the Charlie Kirk shared archive. So yeah. This is from Hollow Flags again.
Oh my goodness. Just what we needed. More images and video to pour into.
And more people standing close wearing backpacks and stuff. Interesting. And for those who are joining, I said we have a few hundred more people in here. This is a relaxed stream. We're chill. We're just talking, chatting. I know usually I'm like talking about all the in-depth like science and firearms and, the ballistics and everything else and getting deep into stuff. We are going to talk about stuff, and we're kind of going through the Charlie Kirk timeline and looking at images. But this is mostly just to buy some time and kind of hang out with you guys until we celebrate the new year in about 30 minutes.
And if you guys decide you are over talking about Charlie Kirk, we can switch over to watching what's happening
Yep.
over in New York.
We have the
But
NYC stream.
until then, we'll just proceed.
Yeah, just let us know if you're getting bored with the Charlie Kirk stuff, or you just want a break from it. Like all of us could use some, use an hour away from the Charlie Kirk stuff because it's been several months, just every day going through this stuff. That's funny. So I don't know if you guys all saw this, but Barron, people say he had a crash out. I would say that he's very passionate about the topic, but someone basically challenged his intelligence, and he basically let him have it. And her name, I think it's a she. Her name's
It was
Joe.
Joe. Yeah.
Yep. So that's what everyone's talking about. And it might become a new thing. Like, there's like Karens are a certain kind of
Mhm.
person. Now maybe Joes are a certain kind of person as well.
I mean, in that case, if you make it a thing, right? It could encompass males and females, I suppose.
I would say, so actually, let me address this really quick. So he crashed. I would say, so here's how I define a crash out. A crash out is when you're not in control of your reaction. That's a crash out to me. He seemed like he was very in control, and obviously he was trying to make his point in a very like long drawn out aggressive way because it was irritating him. I don't count that as a crash, but yeah, Baron's awesome. Let's see. Yeah,
Go ahead. I was just going to say, can everyone reshare, drop a comment or something. And if you are joining us from X, from Twitter, it's hard to not say both every time.
yes.
But if you are joining us from there, please, if you could reshare the post, reshare the space, we would love that.
Yeah, let's see. There was a question I was going to answer. And Baron kind of did the same thing to Gary with Paramount Tactical. So clearly he doesn't like to be messed with. Let's see. Are you guys in the East Coast, West Coast, or Midwest? I'm in the Midwest.
I'm Central.
Is that Central Plains? Is that what they call Texas?
No, I mean, I think we're more Gulf Coast.
Big hats.
Big hats. And I can't even say all hat, no cattle, because I grew up on a cattle farm. And yeah, my dad at 75 years old still works cattle every day.
Yeah, Colorado, Oregon, New York. Is there anyone? I see a lot of people in the U.S. Is there anyone overseas? I know someone earlier said, what was it, Tasmania? Let's see. Okay, let's keep checking this out. And like we said, at any point, if you guys want to switch over to the New York City, celebration that they play, we have all that stuff queued up too. So just kind of let me know what you want to do. But right now, we're just looking through these images because I haven't seen any of this footage. Yeah, and you can see here they cut off the middle area, like they said they would. Is that blurry because of the video, or is that blurry because they took a shitty picture?
Can you play like 1 second of it? I mean, people were saying that
The
because
amount of people
you're doing creative content and you're speaking over it, that it's not a problem. But
Yeah, some of
you know
it,
better than I.
yeah. I mean, we could technically play through this and let them narrate, but we have to keep pausing it and talking about it as we go. So we can do that if you want.
Well, as long as it wasn't blurry, yeah.
What I was anticipating the
Interesting.
story being was how are young people's political views being shaped and how are they responding? What kind of influence he's having on young voters, especially on young men voters?
It was kind of like any other assignment. The images I thought would be most important would be the crowd. I didn't really think I would spend a lot of time photographing him necessarily.
I remember wondering if there was going to be any fights. I wasn't really considering gun violence. I was considering, two people getting into a shoving match.
And that's exactly what they expected too. At least that's what I've heard. They said they weren't expecting much more than someone like knocking over a table or something, right? Clearly no one was expecting there to be a shot or explosion or whatever happened.
Yes, but hold on, before you play, let's also remember that in the initial permit, they were anticipating allegedly something like 600 people, and then, supposedly 3,000
3,000.
showed up. Like,
Mhm.
how does that happen? And you don't have barricades there. You have people were supposed to be required to get tickets, digital tickets, but then they didn't have anywhere to scan them in. That system was not set up at all.
I was just reading some of these. Oh, interesting.
Charlie is one of my favorite people. He is the smartest man I know in politics. Love the guy.
There were also students who were not happy that Charlie Kirk was on their campus.
A little bit scared and disgusted. Yeah.
It was clearly not just UVU students. There were a lot of people who were from the broader community who were there for Charlie Kirk.
There were a lot of older adults with children, elected officials.
Politician Phil Lyman was down there. I got some
Ooh.
photos of him getting his photo taken with fans of his down there in the front. There was no kind of credentialing.
Okay,
Ooh.
so now some of you were talking about patriotic housewife and some of the footage that she had. She was talking about this guy as part of the footage, and she wasn't sure if he was part of the security team. I think almost everyone that she was showing is on the security team, the original 13. What they were doing and their involvement, who knows? But like, this is one of the guys that she was pointing at that was running from, I believe he was running from behind the like top of the tunnel by the vehicle towards Charlie or past Charlie. But this is the same guy.
System that I was aware of, there didn't seem to be a place for photographers, for media. I made my way to the very front on the north side, right where he would be. I just kind of stood around and I pretended like I was invisible. I just hoped no one would kick me out of that area.
When I'm in a crowd that big, I'm trying to think about how can I do my job but also remain safe and responsible. And I remember in the amphitheater pit structure at UVU, and just being surprised at how treacherous it felt.
This is a security nightmare. I've done armed security in the past. There are so many people. Someone could shoot between other people. You could have a group of students that kind of huddle together and they just kind of be blended in with everyone else. You could have someone shoot from between them. I mean, this is horrible.
It's not really made for the amount of people who were there. And I just remember thinking, this is maybe not a great venue for this many people.
Like, coming in person is kind of like a sporting event. Like, you can watch it on YouTube after. But like, definitely going in person, you get the whole crowd vibe, and that kind of makes that experience more memorable.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
And of course, the ad's playing here. If you guys go check out the Salt Lake Tribune, we want to give them credit for this video that we are reviewing. And
That's right. And providing our own personal critiques on and giving them full acknowledgement.
I was down there watching all of the goings on behind the scenes. I could see behind the tent some miscellaneous security people back there, plainclothes. And then he started walking up towards the event. He kind of made this gesture like, like almost like what a pro wrestler would do, like, let's go kind of thing. And it wasn't like mean or anything, but it could have applied to.
Have I seen this picture? Yeah, so there's that same guy that Patriotic Housewife was talking about. I believe both of these guys. This one here.
That guy on the let's see. I think the guy in the darker plaid shirt there. One of them's name is Blake. An H. Blake.
Yeah, because you have Flood here.
Mm-hmm.
This is Frank.
Yep. And then we got the Magic Mikey McCoy on the phone.
Is that who that is right there?
Yeah, with a big smile, and he's doing his thing, getting the last videos leading in, supposedly.
Make sure you guys hit that like. Make sure you check out Keli. I have her information scrolling at the bottom as well, and it will also be in the description. But let's go ahead and continue on here. We have some time to kill.
People there in his favor and people against him. It was kind of like, bring it on kind of a thing. He sits down and the line was filled out. And he says, we're going to be here for a couple hours. Right before the gunshot went off, I was approaching this railing that was filled with people looking down from the back towards him.
Oh my God.
Okay, wait.
Go, run.
So look where they're all looking. So this guy right here, now, mind you, there's tons of different surfaces for the echoes to bounce off of. So that's a factor. But from this, whatever this camera is, this audio, that sounds 100% like a gunshot to me. And this guy's looking off to the right, which would be, was that the Sorensen Center?
Yes.
So
Losi would have been further back behind
Yeah.
them. And then to their left, to these guys' left, there would have been another building. I can't remember what exactly it's called, but they would have been pretty close to a building.
yeah, you're saying 300 blackout? Now, I think a 300 blackout suppressed would have been even more quiet than that. Yeah, that does sound like a, someone saying it sounds like a 556. I would agree. And that's what a lot of people have been saying.
Oh my God. Go, run.
And all those people that were blocking my view instantly turn.
Who were those guys? Oops. Why is it moving so? Oh, period. There we go. How come they're
That's
not
a
running?
good. That's a good. Somebody take a screenshot of them. I mean, I'm sorry. There were so many non-college kids or whatever. I mean, so many non-college students who were uninterested in what was going on there that day.
So people are
Say it a
screaming
little
and
louder.
running. People are screaming and running, and these guys are just like, what the hell? Interesting.
And they're standing in the furthest back corner observing.
Now, whoever shared this video, thank you very much, because I have not seen any of this footage. This
Yeah.
is gold.
This is amazing. Yeah, spotters. That's what they look like to me.
And all those people that were blocking my view instantly turn, and they're now running at me in terror. I just start photographing. They're ducking and crawling. People are screaming. Oddly, some people are just kind of standing around, not doing anything. Within a few seconds, that
Now, the just standing around, that could be fight or flight, right? Some people during fight or flight, if they're scared of something, some people will just take off running. Some will actually run towards the danger and try and do something about it. And other people literally just freeze in place. It could have been some of that, but as we know, some people didn't want him there. There was definitely students there that were talking crap and were happy and celebrating and that kind of stuff when he got shot. Yeah, I agree. This video needs to be heavily analyzed because we're providing commentary, Tribune. This is a commentary thing. Let's see, speakers. Yeah, those guys weren't scared at all. Like they didn't even, they actually looked.
It didn't look like they even
No reaction.
reacted. I mean, we
Yeah.
didn't see their full initial reaction at the time of the sound, but we saw what would have been the immediate like after, and they just look like they're hanging out, chit-chatting.
Yeah, I agree. It should be fight, flight, or freeze, 100%.
railing is clear and empty. I move a little to the right, and I can see everyone in the bowl is running out as well.
Okay, now, clearly that was a gun. Hold on a second. See if it'll let me. For those that don't know, if you're ever on YouTube, you can use the comma and period to move by like one frame or just a few frames. All right, so this guy has a gun. And I believe they are concealed carry state. So I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with them having a gun. But he doesn't look like he's secure. I mean, I guess he could be security, but I doubt it. So he's trying to protect people, I guess, here. I mean, if he, for him to be able to make that, I could probably make that shot. If I was super like calm and relaxed and took that shot, I could probably shoot a pistol and hit something in that tent. But I highly doubt he's a shooter.
Is running out as well.
My first instinct when the gunshot rang out and everyone dropped to the ground was to...
Didn't someone say that like Tyler or someone that looked like Tyler, dressed like Tyler, was out in the audience out here? Could have swore there was. Yeah.
stay up and look at what was happening.
There's not a good answer to like how do you balance news gathering and your own safety. News gathering is running towards the danger and safety is running away from the danger.
I had been watching the crowd and their reactions to things that Charlie Kirk was saying.
I was also listening for more gunshots. Is this a mass shooting?
I looked back at the
Now, look at this guy running and filming. The last two guys that ran by are running and like holding the arm behind him and filming. Do not do that. If someone is shooting or there's danger, just get the hell out of there.
I have so many random screenshots like through my analysis of all of this that I just will take. And then you see even like a girl completely leaned over like this with her phone up, like that. Or just some, random boomer standing with his phone like this up and everyone is around him, splayed out to the ground. It's just strange reactions.
And make sure you guys hit that like. It's the only thing that makes YouTube actually push this out. Let's see. Sound suppressed. Yep, I would agree.
table. He was gone.
This armed plainclothes officer yelling at people. Where did it come from?
Okay, so that was the one that was up on top, I believe, that we were just looking at. So he's a police officer. And it looks like he has a Glock. Looks like a 19 flashlight. Yeah, I mean, nice little setup.
This guy bothered me, I'll tell you, so much watching him walk around the tent after. And it looks like, are we on the second floor?
He's elevated.
Second floor in this shot. So he ends up later going down and being one of those who's walking around the tent once everyone is starting to, or I say everyone, once a couple of the other security guys are like starting to look around, for something in the grass. But the way that he holds it, I don't know, something about it just doesn't seem natural to me. It just seems weird when he's like walking around.
Yeah, other people agree. Said he looked weird for sure.
Yeah.
Question, why does Mikey McCoy need a backpack? I think that's pretty common for him. If you look back through other footage of other events, it's not unusual. Let's see. Any other questions?
But I will say to that point is also, if you were planning on being side stage, we'll call it, at an event for 2 to 3 hours, would you want to hold a backpack that big, on your back the entire time? Or would you maybe put it down right behind the, in the backstage area?
Well, I think the weight plays more into it than the size, but we don't necessarily know what's in it. But yeah, I agree. It's uncomfortable.
I mean, both of those though, because they did have a lot of people in that small direct area and you're still kind of like maneuvering through a lot of people. It just seemed awkward to me, given the spatial restrictions that they had and the time and the fact that he was supposed to be shooting nimble on his feet.
Yeah, let's see. Melissa says, what's the reason for them being dressed in plain clothes versus uniforms? It's just so they're undercover, so they're not obvious. And I think the reason they do that is because they can try and blend in with the crowd. Like when we did, a lot of times we would do, it's not undercover, but we would be just in plain clothes, which is how Charlie Kirk security was as well. And we did that just so people would feel more comfortable. Whenever there's cops standing around with their guns and stuff sticking out and everything else, it can make the event feel like it just raises tension a little bit. And sometimes if there's people who are bad actors, it makes them more likely to do something bad. All right, let's see. Oh, here we go. Mr. Fox Run, thanks for the super chat. Congrats, Kelly. Happy New Year's and Merry Christmas. Go Max.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Fox Run.
Is that your thing? Is that
I don't know. Maybe thing? That's better than wooing.
A rattler, nah. I think we should add some sound effects. All right, we only have, let's do like maybe 5 more minutes and then we'll switch over to New York City.
What's going on?
I remember seeing this guy in shorts and a hat who I assume was a plainclothes police officer who was holding a handgun at his side. And I thought, oh, maybe that's the person who fired the shot. Maybe I'm about to be shot.
For the few seconds after the first gunshot rang out, they didn't know if more bullets were coming, if they were next.
It's only been 60 seconds and everything's kind of over.
From there, it was working to verify what had happened.
The grassy terraced area where everyone had been is
Now,
this game.
They also found guns that were just kind of like left behind or fell out of people's pockets and stuff too, and they found some holsters laying on the ground.
I think there was like a walker or a wheelchair just sitting there empty. There were still a lot of people just kind of standing around, police just trying to clear everybody out. Unsuccessfully a little bit.
We started talking to people about what they had seen.
He was talking. We heard the gunshot,
and I could see the blood pumping out of his head.
Everyone just got running.
Everyone ran bulldozing each other.
And then I just realized I got to get these photos out immediately.
I'm at the Charlie Kirk event at UVU.
Pumping out of his
I
head.
also need to put out a dispatch for our social channels.
There were a lot of other things I could have been
So there's a ton of pictures and a ton of footage in here.
There's so much to unpack. I
Hmm.
mean, and then when you kind of, oh wait, did you see the bushes look like on the side of the building crouched down? No. Did you, Matt? I think I may have just missed that. Did we, Warrior Doberman Mom, did we just...
Yeah, I mean, I think we should make a separate stream just to go through this video. I think we lost Kelly. She should be right back. I think she dropped by accident. There she is.
Sorry,
back.
I think I was... Am I back in? Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
I was trying to like zoom in. This is why in 2026 I'm gonna upgrade to not just using my camera from my laptop.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you.
The cell phone network in the area was absolutely demolished because everyone was texting and calling.
Okay, who can I get information from who can speak officially on this? I was talking to law enforcement who were on the scene. There weren't very many officers on the scene at the beginning. Where should I go to get these answers? And really no one could get...
So this is, I'm assuming this is UVU. This isn't Orem police officers because someone, actually it was Andrew. They said there was like a big police response and SWAT and all those people came afterwards within
Yeah.
like, I think he said like 10 or 15 minutes. All right, I think we should switch over to the New York City. Let's switch over to that. But that's very interesting. Whoever sent that, thank you. All right.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Is that Rabon?
Are you going to sing for us tonight? Did you guys know that Matt is very talented? Musically inclined.
I have spent time singing and rapping and making instrumentals, and I used to work in a recording studio. Yes.
Let's drop a 1 in the chat if you think Matt should sing a little jingle for us tonight to help ring in the new year.
Oh. Let's see. That happened an hour ago.
Well, that's
Is this
probably
video?
because we're on the public version, you know, the free one. Oh, I see a lot of 1111111s.
111s. Was Charlie's? Oh, let's see. Was Charlie's audio system plugged into the school system? Assuming they had one. As far as I know, they always took the same system with them everywhere they went. So they had their own computer, their own mixing, board, and their own audio equipment completely.
Look at all these ones in the
And thanks
chat.
for the super chat. Interesting pants. That's funny. So we have 8 minutes left. Now,
Everybody wants you to sing.
well, I'm also under the weather. I have sick kids too.
Oh.
Let's see. Matt was a former Backstreet Boy. So funny story. Let me make sure this isn't too loud over here. So I used to live in Florida, and a buddy of mine actually knew the manager for Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. And I actually went with him, and we sang a cappella for the owner was managing both of those, the one that got in trouble, and he actually wanted to he actually kind of wanted to like work with us and feel us out more and that kind of stuff. And then we found out all the corruption and he was stealing money from them. We didn't move forward. It was pretty interesting. We used to go around and sing in clubs and bars and stuff out there. Wilson, thanks for the super chat. No actual evidence led to Qureshi. They immediately went to his home and Cash said they got the guy. He was the initial patsy, but they soon realized video would exonerate him. Switched to patsy number 2.
Thank you, Wilson. And yes, I need to re-examine that one because was it Zach Qureshi?
What was the name?
Yeah, I believe so. And it was a bit of a strange story. So I think now that time has passed, it would be worthwhile taking another look.
People wearing diapers. What? There's people wearing diapers?
Yeah, that's a thing because you are not once you are locked
No
in.
restrooms?
Yes, there's just impossible to go pee. So you're just stuck.
Well, and I just want to make this clear. I don't have anything against people that choose to love people of the same gender and all that kind of stuff, but they started interviewing like different groups of married men in the audience and stuff like that. So I think this celebration this year is very, very leftist, and I'm not sure if that's a common thing. But then they had people twerking on stage and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, exactly. I would never be in a crowd like that either. And you're so close to people, it's super easy to get robbed or stabbed or whatever. Like that's crazy.
Pickpocketed, your phone to be taken, all of those things. You know what? My parents actually went though right before they had me. I can't remember if it was my mom was pregnant with me or not, but so that would have been 40 years ago.
Manhattan's a mess. Yeah. I've never been to the East Coast. Have you been there?
Yes. Yeah. I was
Willingly?
I was there. I've not actually I have been for New Year's Eve before. Back when I was still working in TV.
Television.
Yep. I had Ringing the New Year with Cecilia Vega. She's the White House correspondent. I believe she's still White House correspondent on 60 Minutes. Cindy Galley. She at the time was working with ABC's investigative team. Yeah.
All right. So it looks like we have this is the final performance before the new year.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try.
Yikes.
No hell.
She's got that Khloe Kardashian look.
Above us only
Matt. What is it? Is that Erica Kirk? I wouldn't put anything past.
Imagine there's no countries. Is it hard to do?
Yes.
Nothing to kill or die for.
Wow.
No religion.
Wow, such talent. No TPUSA event tonight, as far as we know, but have no fear, ladies and gentlemen, Super Bowl will be upon us in no time, okay?
I had to turn that down. Sorry, everyone. Yeah. If you think she can sing, put a 1. If you think she's terrible, put a 2.
It's her diaper.
That's the comment of the evening.
Yeah, you win.
Oh my gosh.
It was auto-tuned when you needed it.
Okay, now in her defense, her like dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, like that song, that was decent. But this, like the slow ballad type stuff, doesn't work that great for her.
This must, I mean, because usually there are a few different streams. Okay, so we're on the Planet Fitness stage of the night. This can't be the official one, is it? Aren't there like normally different?
If yeah, I think so. But if you find another one that's like copyright free or whatever, then
Yeah.
you can put it in the chat or whatever. But this is the
Oh
one
no,
I can
no,
find.
no, no. We're at the prime time.
Oh, yeah.
So we do not depart from.
All right, here we go.
People are ready to get their diapers off. Okay, at what point are you gonna start? Are you gonna do it 10 or 5? When are you gonna start the countdown for us? I'm getting ready. Matt, no celebration from you? No
I'm doing sound effects.
I think they'd rather see us celebrating than see, random people kissing. Okay? Yay!
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year!
Now, don't forget, there's supposed to be a second ball drop for the 250th anniversary of the United States. So I think they said after 4 minutes, they're supposed to do another ball drop.
Double the fun. You could sing along with this one, Matt.
So could you?
I don't have the voice.
You have a broadcast voice.
That's it. That makes sense.
How many people you think are there?
Whew.
You think there's 1 million people there?
Probably. Yeah, I'll tell you, it's a hot mess express trying to. You better pack your patience getting home that night, getting back to your hotel that night. Oh, I showed up. Y'all are bad.
showed up.
Y'all are bad.
If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere
Come on, everybody's asking for you to sing.
I won't be singing today. One of these streams
Okay,
one
well-
day, I might play something I've done in the past or something, but
Okay. Well, maybe you would sing live though.
possibly.
Okay. All right, guys, remember that, and we're gonna hold him to it.
Now, doesn't this, to me, this whole thing seems like more like Hollywood than actual like legitimate celebration of, anything really. They're going through the motions.
I think all of this stuff, a lot of it seems like it was already shot earlier, and they're just splicing together angles. I don't know, like in terms of the people and stuff.
Happy New Year, everyone! Hit that like. Thanks for
Okay.
being here with us.
I see someone asked if I had any party tricks or hidden talents. Should I
Uh-oh.
share a party trick?
Go for it.
Okay. Everybody take a deep breath. I don't want anybody to get nauseous, okay? This is one of my favorite party tricks to show. Okay.
And she's sober.
I have double jointed arms.
Wow.
Yeah. If you could really... Okay, my little decor over here fell down. Hold on. So yeah, you can kind of see how my arms bend.
Hold on. Let me pull you front.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
There we go.
I'll pull my mic back a little bit. Push this back. Okay. So
Looks like pterodactyl wings.
I know, it's crazy. Wow. Right? And so anyway, I was a cheerleader once upon a time. I was a volleyball player, all the things, right? And so it actually helped me be a better volleyball player because my arms came all the way together, but it made it really hard to be a cheerleader because my arms did crazy things. So
Reptilian confirmed. Oh.
Yes. Oh, I don't give a damn. Yes, I think that I do actually. And I have a bunch of autoimmune conditions, and I think that I may have EDS as well. So, okay, are y'all ready to get back to the business? Have y'all seen enough of New York City?
Are we waiting for the second ball drop, or do we not care? If you guys want to see the second ball drop, put a 1. If you don't care, put a 2.
In the meantime, Trigger, what's your favorite Boyz II Men song?
I like their version of Yesterday.
Yep. Ooh.
We're almost 50-50.
Right? I'm like, man, this is going to be tough.
Someone says it just dropped. Was that the official drop? Just some little fireworks coming out of the side? Oh, no. You definitely have to be a certain kind of person to be in that crowd. And not like politically or anything, just like being able to stand out there among all those people and in the cold and having to pee your own pants and that kind of stuff. That's crazy.
Just to like put up with it at that point. Oh, what shampoo do I use? You know what? I try all different kinds all the time. Thank you for asking. I think you might have mentioned my hair earlier. It is looking extra voluminous today. And it's been a couple days since I washed it. Sometimes that's the trick. Hey, the ladies in the chat know. They know.
You have to use a shiwi.
What's a shiwi?
It's like a little rubber thing that you put up to your vagine and you can pee through it when you're standing up.
I thought we were talking about washing hair.
Oh, we moved on from hair. Okay, so it looks like someone says they already did the drop at 12:04, or I guess 11:04 here. So maybe it's done. All right. I think now they're just hanging out playing music. All right, we'll move on from that. And again, Happy New Year. Make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe, head over to Kelly's. Let me put her stuff in here. If you're not already on her social media, she's on X, Instagram, and YouTube. And she is monetized now. So any views or anything she actually gets paid for her time. It's awesome.
Yes.
All right, let's look at super chats here really quick. Make sure we got them all. And then we will get back into the stuff. And let me turn this video off because I can still see these people. All right. Thanks, Juan Antonio. We got that one. Kelly, God bless women. Charlie's Angels. Get it, girl. And Charlie, I think you're also in the Instagram chat, right? The group chat. I think the girls were talking about you, Billy and Brandy and Billy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ivan, get it, girl. Go Max. Juan Antonio, I want to hear their commentary on the Twitter tax evasion trend going on lately. I don't know anything about that. Do you know anything about that?
Well, is that referring to the
Somali?
TPUSA thing,
Oh.
or is that something else?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Is that yeah. Juan Antonio, if you're still here, let me know, or let us know rather, which tax or money debacle you're talking about, and I'm quite certain we can weigh in on it.
And of course, everyone, thanks for the super chats. I don't give a dom. Number 4, I hate odd numbers. In the words of Netanyahu, Merry New Year and Happy Christmas season. I think the fraud in Minnesota is a Pentagon report on Israeli aid. Yunti Shida.
I think there's something to it. It's a little sus.
Thanks for the super sticker. Rob is Thomas. Thanks for the super chat. I don't know if you forgot to put a message in, but you can always put a message in with those if you want, or a question. I don't give a dom. Another one. Thanks for the super chat. Wait 1 second. They said no one was on the roof. So are those guys with the harp hole or not, or local PD? Yeah, so if you're talking about the 1 or 2 guys that were above the hollow flags, those were local PD. That was UVU police. And that's technically what Chief Long was saying they would cover when he says, I got you, or whatever. Mr. Fox Run, congrats, Kelly. Happy New Year's. Merry Christmas. Go Max. Butch and Mikey have the same phone case. I'll give a dom. Butch and Mikey have the same phone case. Who's interesting? Is it like a TPUSA sponsored one? Is that like a...
Well, I mean, look, so here's one of my, like, and I always keep it 100 with y'all. When you think about some of the things that Candace drops and then she never revisits, it makes it hard for us to know if it's legit or not, right? And so if you recall, she said something about, oh gosh, maybe y'all can remind me if it was 12 or 15 or something like that. Anyway, there was some number of phones that she said were purchased and activated in Israel. That's what she said in one of her streams. And
that were on the ground there.
Yeah, they were on the ground there. And I have always wondered, were those phones distributed to the TPUSA people, who were on their phones clearly coordinating some of this stuff? Or, in my opinion.
Ivan is Ivan. Thanks for the super chat. Was Charlie's audio system plugged into the school system? Yeah, I think we answered that one. They bring their own setup. No actual evidence led to Kashir. Yep, we read that one too. Switch to Patsy. And Wilson, thanks for the super chat again. Suspect went directly on the roof, then escaped directly off a far corner. He knew exactly where to go, so he must have scouted out the campus ahead of time. This should be on surveillance video. It's interesting because in the court information for pretrial, they made it sound like they had all the evidence in the world. They made it sound like they had 4K footage from various UVU cameras that were on the roofs and stuff that make it definitive that Tyler was the shooter. And obviously we don't have access to that. But if they do, I guarantee that if they have video they release showing him shooting, people are going to say it's AI or they doctored it or something. I mean, what would people do in that case? Actually, I'm very curious. So in the chat, if you think, let's say during this case, it comes out, they show footage that 100% shows Tyler Robinson shooting on the roof at the Alosi Center. If they show that and they have proof of it, put a 1 if you're going to take it as proof, and put a 2 if you still won't believe them. Still won't believe them. Seems to be the okay. Yeah, some people are saying they don't have that. I mean, I'm really interested to know what they do have, because even his defense was making fun of people talking about exploding, the mics exploding and stuff like that, and alternative theories.
Mm-hmm.
So either they know that he shot, or with evidence that's there, there's nothing that points to that. All right, interesting.
Well, and remind me, Trigger, I don't think that we ever actually saw the official gun that quote unquote
Correct.
Tyler used, right? It was a stock photo,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
And we never saw the actual ammo either. So people should remember that. It's like, I think sometimes we get this image in our minds that we recall, and that's part of how these psyops kind of work.
Well, and the other part of that too is not only was there no gun and no ammo, at least not the official, they didn't show it, but they also, the first time the dogs went through, according to Candace and some other witnesses and that kind of stuff that work with the SWAT teams and everything, the first pass, they didn't find the gun. And then after the FBI arrived, Kash Patel and his crew, then all of a sudden the gun was found next to this house in a weird location. So all that stuff is obviously very, very sketchy.
It starts to get pretty sus. I see, let's see, Rick, I think it was all of a sudden there was a bunch of, but they said, I know they say it's the gun now. So if you have that, like a link to something that you can share, that would be so helpful, because, I'm always trying to hone in on the latest.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if there's anything that was released.
The recent tax protest on Twitter regarding Somali scam.
When Antonio, thanks for the super chat. Recent tax protest on Twitter right now stems from Somali scam. Yeah, I think it's just going deeper. I mean, there's a huge group of people that are saying that Nick, what's his name? The dude that I forgot his name.
Nick Shirley.
There we go. Nick Shirley. Yeah, people are saying he's full of crap.
They're gonna make you say his name before this is over. Don't worry.
Death threats.
Don't
and everything
worry.
else. Yeah. So, and other people are saying that it's much bigger than just the Somalian stuff there. But it's interesting because they had so much money in that location that the money that was just in those daycares and I guess some kind of transport service was more than the GDP of Somalia. That's insane.
I see Jessica asked if John Bray is okay. Yes, as far as I know, he should be okay. I just interviewed him last night, he and his wife, Jess, over on my channel. So should be okay, unless you have, I don't know.
Yeah, I just talked to him tonight, and Ali Top Files just said Happy New Year to everyone.
Oh,
she said she's had a few too many adult beverages
to join the space or to join the stream.
Yeah. Yep.
It happens.
But yeah, I just spoke to John today. We were sending messages back and forth, doing more into the mic explosion case. So he seems good. And he and his wife, if you watched Keli's stream last night, they're doing very well. They got basically bought out. You guys, you bought all the products, so their warehouse is empty. So they're starting from scratch.
Yep. But that does not mean don't buy more. You can go buy more.
Pre-order.
Yep. Yeah. And in fact, I'm gonna do, golly, I'm gonna ask him if the code can be Keli, but I think we're gonna try to do a code or something just to help track.
All right, so we have Tony G. Thanks for the super chat. Could the shot have been taken from inside a building? It could have, but I don't know enough about those buildings to know if any of the windows or anything open. It looks like most of them are just flat planes that are permanently in place. But I don't know. I mean, now I kind of want to go there. Like a part of me wants to go on campus, but I have huh?
Sorry, I saw somebody who said the code should be double jointed.
Pterodactyl wings.
Sorry.
Let's see, Mumsy. Thanks for the super chat. Do you think Charlie was in on it, but it went wrong? That's definitely a possibility, and that's actually along with like Kelly's he's still alive and faked it theory. That could be part of it, but there's other people that say maybe he did try to fake it and they had everything set up and someone messed it up on purpose and or it went wrong.
Yeah, and the way I kind of try to like tie it up in a bow nicely is to say that Charlie knew one way or another, in my opinion, that he was not walking out of UVU one way or another. I believe that.
Let's see. Do you think Candace Owens feeds us some BS, controlled opposition? That's what Alex would say. So there's a lot of people that think that she's CIA or a Fed or some kind of controlled opposition. And there's other people that think that she just really cares about Charlie Kirk and she's going to do whatever she can to figure the case out.
And we have to remember that Candace, she knew so many or knows so many of these people involved in this stuff and had been around them and backstage with them, and they were her security. She's posed in pictures with them. Like, just keep that in mind. I'm not turning on Candace, don't worry, but I'm also saying we have to use discernment.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of people that watch my channel, I'm obviously very fair. I've had people with completely different conflicting theories all across the board on my show, and I believe that and I'm pro Candace as well. I think that I think her heart's in the right place. I don't think all the information is useful, just like with us. All the people, like, there's so much stuff that we've looked at, like, oh, that's nothing, and we moved on to the next thing. Mm-hmm. So it could be something similar, but I think she's on.
You think it's something you want to flesh out, and you want people to be able to explore and to give it a platform, and maybe they see something or chase something down that you wouldn't have done on your own, as the journalist, as the the messenger.
And Charlie said to always ask questions, and that's what she's doing. Let's see, Frida Davis, thanks for the super chat. Let's see, did they repair some concrete on the wall above Charlie? I believe so, yes. There was a shot and crack, but no 30-06 hit Charlie. There was a lot of work done. And did you guys talk about that last night as well?
We did not talk about the work done. I don't think we really got into the work done last night. I was trying to keep it to an hour, and it's easy to go over that pretty quickly with John because he has such a wealth of information. But the amount of potential dust, debris, evidence like that could potentially be there, or could have potentially have been there if that was in fact what happened. The exploding mic theory is immense and potentially still there if someone's willing to dig it all up.
And according to John, whatever chemical that's in it that can cause seizures that might be dangerous, that might be why they did repairs and things and painted over whatever they did to the ceiling. And obviously the ground as well. It's all very strange, like all the potted plants and stuff. I mean, Baron talked about a lot of this stuff, but yeah. I mean, like 30, I think someone said there's 33 pots.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone has counted them specifically yet, but it sure looks like there could be 30 some odd plants there. I'm like, is it 33 or is it 36. That was a 30-06, you know? Oh.
We should get Brandy and Billy to go down there.
Yeah, and verify.
That would be awesome. Do like a live stream, like a live report with them on the ground over there.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Any more super chats that we need to cover? Yep. All right, let's see. Mr. Turpin. How's it going, Mr. Turpin? He had the comment of the night saying that her diaper was full when she was singing. in that Salt Lake
Not
video.
mine, not mine. The lady on the screen.
Yes, not Kelly's diaper.
Okay, for clarity's sake.
Yeah, she is wearing a diaper, but not her diaper. Go to 1 minute 33 seconds, and that's okay. You can see the balcony with no people on it and the door that is slightly open. Other videos have been deleted or very hard to find. Interesting. 133.
Shall we take a look?
I'm trying to find it here. All right, let me share this. So you said at 133, you can see the balcony with no people on it and doors slightly open. Okay, 1 second. All right, let's make this full screen here. So he said there's a balcony with no people on it and a door open. Are you talking about up here? Can you see my cursor?
Or maybe even to the, he might, or he or they might be talking about to the left if they're not talking about that one where you initially were, but in the middle, if you cut the middle, no, up, middle, yep, there or right below. I'm just looking at the potentials for a balcony space.
I'm gonna go a couple of frames forward and back and see if there's anything else obvious. Nothing over there.
Okay, hopefully y'all can fill us in on what was referenced.
All right, do we want to finish this video?
Sure.
We're most of the way through it. And for anyone that's on, obviously it's awesome you guys are here. Happy New Year's. Make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe and follow Kelly. And her information is scrolling across the screen there. And we will kind of continue on. We'll probably hang out for a little bit longer. I'm not sure if we're going to be up all night, but I want to definitely do a little bit more and at least finish this video and answer some more questions.
News, I also need to put out a dispatch for our social channels.
There were a lot of other things I could have been photographing at the time. So much was still happening, but those are...
Whoa, okay, hold up. So we have all kinds of SWAT people. What and where is this? Is this after the fact?
Yes, so that's looking, I know exactly where that is. I actually have a video saved from someone who's inside a house there. This is when they're looking allegedly for the gun or something. It's very bizarre, but it does look like they're still looking potentially for a suspect. But I mean, I remember the person inside the house being like, I don't know, I think they're looking for more people. It was very weird.
So I just want to point this out.
Maybe even be like the houses that Phil Lyman's family owns.
Now, look at this guy. If he's SWAT or whatever he is, he's wearing sandals.
Right. Like,
what the hell? So,
yeah.
I mean, are they professionals or not? What like did they get there so fast he didn't have time to put shoes on? I mean, that seems crazy to me. Huh.
Yeah.
Those initial 60 seconds was like so much more important than everything else at that moment.
The cell phone network in the area was absolutely demolished because everyone was texting and calling.
Okay, that's a good question. So a lot of people said they lost like cell footage or a cell signal, and then some of the people that were recording video, it dropped out and that kind of stuff. Yeah, LARPing, exactly. But does that mean that they lost it during or before, or was it only after? Because after makes sense. Everyone's freaking out and calling. But did they actually lose signal during or before? That's what I want to know. Because obviously people were saying there's drones in the area, like military style drones.
Okay, who can I get information from who can speak officially on this? Who's talking to law enforcement who are on the scene? There weren't very many officers on the scene at the beginning. Where should I go to get these answers? And really no one could give me the answers, especially right away. I went to the Turning Point USA table.
There were already rumors spreading, almost immediately.
They were hearing word from the hospital that Charlie Kirk was stable. At a traumatic event like this, there will...
You hear that? They received word that Charlie Kirk was stable. From who? Because the security team didn't call 911.
Right. And I would love to know exactly what time that was and how that relates to when Netanyahu had already announced like his condolences or whatever, but also wasn't it, oh my gosh, one of the TPUSA Faith guys, oh goodness, Jack Hibbs. He had, of course, Allie's not in the chat. I know she had pulled, Allie Files had pulled this video early on. And I think that Jack Hibbs was maybe the first person to have shared that Charlie was dead, even before Trump or Netanyahu.
Be a place where law enforcement asked media to go. Media staging never materialized. And so it was really hard to get answers as to what was happening.
The PIO is going to go there, and that's where they're going to have media.
And you heard that too, right? Media staging never materialized, so they never let media in to record and set things up. That's not usual in this kind of situation.
Yeah.
The university had sent texts that had inaccurate information saying the shooter was caught when the alleged shooter was not caught.
We are evacuating this way, please.
From the first responders I spoke to, the most damaging piece of misinformation that came from the university was that the alleged shooter was caught. Different folks told me that made it much more difficult to clear the campus because students thought they could stay on campus and students thought they were safe when really they weren't. Law enforcement was going room by room of the entire campus trying to clear the buildings and make sure the shooter was not still there.
So I have a question. If they were clearing everything, you see these people walking past. Oh, it won't let me move this. Come on now. So these guys are walking past dozens of people. Are they checking everyone? Like, how are they deciding who they're checking and who they're not checking and who's a shooter and who's not?
Mm-hmm.
They're just casually walking around with their guns out, looking around.
This is so not how I've been as an investigative reporter who has been a part of many, unfortunately, mass casualty events, major shooting events, all of that. This is not how the event is run. This is, as Split Hair says, a show. And I will stand on that hill till somebody, pushes me off.
Real quick, we'll do the super chat. Kevin Kirschbaum, your guest is a total doll. We would welcome in 2026, and 2026 would hold the door for her. Dang.
Thank you.
Now, is that with or without the pterodactyl arms?
Maybe they love me all the same. Hopefully.
Hit that like if you think that Kelly's a doll. All right.
Yep.
Law enforcement was going room by room.
Arms and everything.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
Oh, I was just babbling. I did see a few people, though, asking if you could have gone back. So I don't know. Maybe we do a whole other stream on it. But there was a lot of requests to wait, stop. So.
And that's that's hard to do remotely. So if you know the timestamp.
We'll work on it. We'll work on it.
If you know the timestamp, just email it to us or something and we can cover it in a different stream.
Yep.
Trying to clear the buildings and make sure the shooter was not still there.
My task was to put together a video as quickly as possible that we could publish. Between filming it and me editing it, we had to re-record it because between that time, we found out that Charlie Kirk had died.
We were in the courtyard of the school when one attendee...
It was pretty shocking because I hadn't seen him get hit, so I had no idea how serious it was.
I was shocked that it would happen.
There it is. That's what she's talking about. That looks like Hibbs.
Wow.
Screenshot. All right. Yeah, I think that's the right spot, right?
Those pants are the real crime.
Which ones?
Which ones? But
But
yeah,
that looks like Bush Hibbs. That looks like the exact same shirt and hat and everything that he had. Interesting. Yeah, he was on his phone a lot.
yes, and he was lurking. And I mean, he rode there and arrived and was with Charlie, but I mean, he just stood around so awkwardly.
Yeah, he's the guy with the big shoes. And you know what that means. That means the shoes are more expensive.
That he's the clown.
in Utah.
On a day like that, what you have to do is endless, and you just put your own feelings aside and you just focus on your job.
I can't fully express the horror of being at a killing.
The gunshot is one thing, but then it's the screams from people in the audience.
It's just so chilling to be at that situation that your mind is trying to explain it away or change reality on you.
I do find myself on edge a little bit more than I used to. I do find myself feeling more cautious in public than I used to.
The biggest emotional impact was how all of the young people there that day, what kind of trauma they were experiencing. It's a generation where they grew up doing.
I'm just trying to find these like maroon shirt people that Candace was talking about. She said there was a whole bunch of guys that were like coordinated wearing maroon shirts. I don't know if that's like UVU colors and they're sports guys or something.
Active shooter drills. Where do they go from here?
I think that's it. Yep. Interesting.
Well, if you guys are joining us from X, please, if you could reshare the space, that would be amazing. If everybody could drop a like, maybe drop a comment, we would really appreciate it. Make sure you're following Trigger Smart on the off chance that you have joined from my stream or vice versa. Please make sure you're following me. And we just appreciate you guys so much for being here. Thank you.
Yeah, and I think let me see if there's any more super chats or anything we need to cover. I think there was one more that came in. Tidge, 1965. I just mailed something to you. I don't know if it's helpful, but it might be. It's just very odd. All right, we will look at that. I'm not sure who you emailed it to, but we will check that out. All right, everyone, we definitely appreciate you being here. It's been a interesting night. Again, whoever shared that video, that's awesome. I haven't seen any of those. I haven't seen any of that video actually, and a lot of those pictures. So that's great. They give us more stuff to work with. And as always, you know, we're all in this together. We're all investigating. You guys are investigating just as much as we are. We get tons of tips from people, so keep that coming. And of course, Happy New Year. We appreciate you being here. Did you have any final thoughts, Kelly?
I see some people asking our channels. So mine is at Keli Rabon, KELIRABON. Oh my goodness, I have the best lips. Thank you. All natural.
That's not the first time you've had that compliment in the comments.
Well, maybe it's just because I blab my mouth so much. I don't know. and be sure to follow Trigger Smart. And then you are Trigger Smart HQ on X. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. So Trigger Smart HQ on X.
All right, awesome. And we'll leave you with one final fireworks demonstration. And you guys have a good night. Happy New Year.